Cuts, cuts and more cuts. And Merseyside Police Chief Constable John Murphy knows the pull on his force's purse strings is only going to get tighter in the coming months.
The biggest challenge over the next 18 months is to take another almost £20 million out of the organisation. We are more than halfway through austerity now. We've already taken £45 million out of the total of 61, and that means we'll lose people, and decisions about deploying resources are going to be increasingly difficult.
An idea how many people may have to lose?
At the moment, I'm not in a position to say that. Probably another. I've already lost 700 police officers since I've been Chief Constable. Probably another couple of hundred. Behind that is we were required to provide data returns to Her Majesty's Inspector of Constabulary, projecting numbers of people in the force through to 2019, based on the cuts as we believe them to be at this time. And we felt that needed to be put into the media because it brought home the stark reality of the scale of the challenge that we're facing, and we felt the public should know. And also, it was the first time really that the full impact was apparent to our own staff and what it means for them. I've been chief now for over 5 years, and when I took over in January 2010, I had almost 4,700 police officers, and I had almost 3,000 support staff or thereabouts. Since that time, the force has lost 1,373 people, 805 officers. I now have 1,000 less officers than the high point of my service, which is now 40 years. We've also lost 454 support staff and 114 basic community support officers. That's to today. Over the next 4 years, we will lose a further 2,382 people. That will be 1,116 officers lost in total, 25% of all police officers. 1,350 support staff, that's 59% of my support staff base, and 366 PCSOs, which is 78% of all PCSOs. And of course, the inevitable consequence of that is not just will we have much fewer officers on the front line, but we'll have much fewer officers everywhere else in the force, and inevitably some of them will be required to do jobs that are currently being done support staff, and we've worked so hard for years to get away from that position. What will it mean for policing, and what will it mean for neighbourhood policing in particular? Well, put simply, there are things that we have to do. We have to answer the phone, and we get about 1 million calls a year for service. That number is going up, and we have to respond to those calls because everybody that rings us needs our help. We have to investigate the crimes that are reported to us, and we have to protect the vulnerable, the young, the elderly, and those suffering from issues such as domestic abuse. And just to give you an example, on any given day, as a force, we are dealing with 100 vulnerable missing from homes, whether that be the elderly, children missing from care, or people vulnerable in another way. Domestic abuse, we attend 34,000 incidents a year. That's 93 every single day. We have to deal with serious organised crime. Occasionally, gun crime flares up, and we have to deal with that. We have to deal with fraud. And when we've done all of that, and of course terrorism, when we've done all of those things that we have to do, we currently have a residual group of people that is called neighbourhood policing. And of course that's what you love, it's what the public loves, it's what the media loves. It is going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, to maintain that capability going forward. We are increasingly looking like an organisation that works like the fire brigade. We come when you call, and we investigate crimes and you report them. But the notion of having a traditional police officer patrolling neighbourhoods is very, very quickly disappearing.